Hello, welcome to the autoresponder tutorial. I got a few questions regarding this topic, so I figured I'd go over briefly the basics of an autoresponder. Um, First thing we're gonna talk about is creating a new list for people to subscribe to. The second thing will be to create how to create a automatic follow-up series. So this is like your standard group of messages that go out automatically. Um, to everybody that subscribes um, on based on a time interval. And then lastly, we'll discuss how to create a broadcast, and that's just like a regular email, except it just goes to everybody on your list. It goes to everybody that's currently subscribed to your list. Um, it will not go out to future subscribees. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, Okay, guys. So here we are on Aweber. Well, the first page you'll come to is the home page, and this is where it'll ask you, "Hey, do you?" Well, it won't ask you. It'll tell you to get started. You click that. It'll take you to a place where you can create a list, and this will be the first thing you have to do every time you want to build a list is actually create it, right? If that doesn't come up, you can always come up here to create and manage lists. Uh, I've already set up a list here, Aweb2, for our purposes, and but what you would do is click here on this green button and create a list, and it's going to bring up the same screen that I'm about to bring up here. Um, okay, so when you click create a new list, what it'll do is bring up this page, and it'll have some default fillings in here. Uh, This will be the email that you email and your name that you filled out when you signed up for Aweber. Basically, what it does is when you email your list, it'll show your name and your email address as it shows here. You can also give the list a description if you want. And then down here, this is your like actual mailing address. So this is for this is just the for you can see it down here for CAN SPAN Act compliance. So just to make sure, I guess they can find you or you're a real person if you decide to shoot spam out. And then the last thing in here is notifications. What this is for is you can put any email address you want in here, and anytime somebody signs up for your list, Aweber will notify you if you know add an email in there, and then you just go down here and click Save Settings. Okay, and boom, you created your list. So I'm gonna get it out of here. Okay, so here we are. So we've created our list. Uh, I'm actually, sorry, created our list. And oh, by the way, that's how you get back to modify the list. If you want to, just click on it. It's all they're all there. So the next thing you want to do is create your follow-up. Um, create your follow-up emails. Okay. Uh, Real quick before I go into here, what will happen is this will be blank when you first come up, right? When you set you'll set up your first message, and it's always configured to send immediately after someone subscribes to your list. And then every message after that is set on a duration. So the second message is set 1 day after the first message is sent, and then the third message will be set so many days after the second message is sent. And you can configure that. I'm going to go in here to second message because outside of one thing in here that I'll point out, everything you do will be the same. Uh, you'll actually should go back. Let's go on the page. You go back real quick. Uh, what you'll do is actually We'll go in here, create follow-up message, and click drag and drop email builder. Okay, and that'll bring up what I'm the same thing that I'm about to bring up here. Only this is if I would do this typically if I wanted to edit an existing message. But if you want to create a new message, you gotta go what I just showed you. And then it'll come up with this. It'll come up with this. Select that drag and drop email builder. It'll come to this page. Okay. Um, and this will be pretty intuitive for you if you know how to use Word, Excel, or if you ever send an email. Uh, this is your subject line. Okay. You can personalize it. Right. I can put a first name or something in there. That's all information that would be some information that you collect maybe from the squeeze page. I typically don't do that because can be reluctant to give that information to you, but they're a little more willing to give you the email address. Um, Same thing down here. Again, you can select personalize here instead of in the subject line. There's personalize for the subject line. This is for the body. This bar here will not appear until you click in the body, so I'll just illustrate that. Get out of here. Too late, I already clicked on the body. As soon as you click inside here, this bar will show up. Okay. A few things. I went over the personalize. You can put first name, last name, full name. And it'll just say, hey, whatever the recipient's name is. But you have to collect that information on your squeeze page if you want to do that. Secondly, you can change the font size, style. You can bold it, italicize it, underline it, strike it through. Change the font color. Highlight the background of the font. I'll go over what this is in a second because that's the nuance. Bullet points, numbered points, left justify, center justify, right justify, full justify. Okay, it's just like Word. Now the only thing you may be wondering what the heck it is that little chain I just pointed out there. So let me just go ahead and highlight some text. This is what you do. Say you wanted to put a link in here and you wanted it to be text. Okay, you highlight the text that you want people to click on to go to a link, and then you go to that's what this is supposed to represent a link there. You see that chain link. But you go ahead and click on this chain link here. Put the email address you want to send them to. Okay, from Yahoo. Okay, and then boom, that text is now when you send this out. Whenever they click on this text, they'll go to yahoo.com. And I could have highlighted this whole thing. I could have, you get the point. So I'm gonna go down. So we're done with this. We would save it. Go next. Now, few things. When you configure your first message, this stuff settings will not be there. Okay, because it's always set to send immediately after they subscribe. Okay. The only thing that will be on there is this click tracking, and that's just to track it if whether or not they click on the links in your email. So and then there's another tracking that they do by automatically whether you like it or not, whether people open your email. So this will track that they opened the email and clicked on a link, and then there's a whole separate field that tells you whether or not they opened the email. Now, on each subsequent email after the first email, you'll get all these settings, okay? And because I clicked on the second email, that's up there. Here, and the point is, you can set the number of days after the previous email was sent to send the subsequent email. Okay, and you can also configure if you turn this on, click there to turn that on. You can configure it to only send it on certain days. Okay, so if say you send it a day after, you want to set one day after, but only if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So let's say they signed up on Friday, then I configure it for one day after. It wouldn't send until actually Monday, right? Based on what if I only decide to send it during the week. And also, you can configure a time frame to send it if you notice that people open their email more frequently during a certain time. Okay, so that's that. And then if you don't use this, then this is pretty self-explanatory. There's no exception. It's going to send it one day after the first email was sent. Okay, and then you can choose to send if you use this schedule option, you can go ahead and send messages based on the time zone that they're in. So right now I don't have that click, so 12 here would be 9 o'clock in California, right? So everybody in California would get basically know at 9 o'clock, everybody here would get it at 12 midnight, or between 12 midnight and 3 a.m. and 9 o'clock and 12 midnight in California, right? Or I can click this, and it doesn't matter where you are, you're going to get between 12 midnight and 3 a.m. So Californians will get 3 hours later than we do, right? So and then to avoid having to set this for every message, you can click here and say, hey, reply to all messages, okay? Yeah, save and exit. So and here we are, okay? Send 1 day after previous message. You'll see this here spam score. This will let you know how well your heading looks. You know, what your does your heading look okay or not. And you want to have this as close to 0 as possible. If you want to see what to fix, you can just click on it and Aweber will tell you what to fix. Okay, so the next kind of message, and that'll apply for the broadcast messages too. For the next message, see, there's that spam score again. Right? So these are broadcast messages, right? You see how I did that? I went up here to messages and selected broadcast to this here, right? And for you, if you don't have, you go here, create a broadcast message, okay? And what that would do, as soon as you do that, that would bring up the same screen you saw on the follow-up emails. Same rules apply. See that bar isn't there yet? But when I click in here, boom, there it goes. Right? Personalized links. Everything's the same. Here, okay, you can save it. You go next, right? You have some options. The social share. I don't really do anything with this, so I just click next. I have it turned off. You see, I'll just click next. Then you can choose to send this out based on a schedule. So you don't have to necessarily send it today. Maybe I want to send it tomorrow at 6. I can schedule that. You just turn it on and select the day and pick a time, right? Very easy. But, um, the one thing to note about this is that this message will only be sent to people that are currently subscribed to your list. Everybody that subscribes after this message is sent will not get this message unless you resend it. Okay, and then unlike the automatic follow up is a standard set of a series of messages that are sent to everybody who subscribes. So when they subscribe, they get the first, and then 1 day, however many days later, the next, and the next, and the next. Everybody gets that, independent of when they subscribe to your list. Save message. That's what I save. I'm gonna pause for tracking. Okay, when you save the message, this is what you get. So, our subject line, broadcast, spam. There's that spam score again, like I said before, and you can choose to send it now or you can schedule it. And that's pretty much all there is to. That's all there is to this Aweber thing. As far as sending mail to your list.